What is up, gentle readers and not so gentle readers? I mean, if you enjoy the stuff that I write, you're probably not that gentle, but possibly. I'm not going to judge. It is December 25th, 10:19 p.m., so the world is holding its breath before it goes back to business as usual. And we all know that the work world, does not forget that one day that it loses. If you work in retail, you work in service, and various other fields, you know you're going to be going into work tomorrow with a heavy workload. So shout out to you guys. I work in a bakery, so that's my day job. So I'm going to be facing the same thing. So let's muscle up and get through this together, all right? As far as things regarding the writing world as they pertain to me, it is time for me to get published for pay. I've found out what happens when I push myself. I finally got into a place where 1 in 4, sometimes 1 in 3 of my paintings sell. That is much better averages than it was as little as 3 or 4 months ago. And in the writing spectrum of things, I've gotten to a place where I am writing 1,500 to 2,000 words a day. If I can keep that up for a month, if I can keep that up indefinitely, I can crank out material. I mean, of course, that doesn't factor in the editing and proofreading, but whatever. That's another story for another day. So I've got my sights set on submitting whatever I make to a pulp horror podcast called Pseudopod. You can hear it, can't you? You can hear the 1930s pulp horror Twilight Zone vibe in it, can't you? That's one of the reasons I like it. If they want something between 4,500 and 6,000 words, they'll pay 8 cents a word. I'm up for it. I'm writing anyway, so I may as well try to get something published with a dollar amount attached to it. Also coming up, I am so long overdue for doing a React video for one of my friends who has done 2 React videos for 2 narrations of mine. This guy has such a restless, prolific creativity. For every story that I finish, he's probably written a novel, a screenplay, and 2 or 3 musicals in between. I know that sounds like an exaggeration, but check out his Patreon. His name is Monte Cristo. I'll include links in the video description where you can find him and find his stuff. His stuff really does belong in mainstream entertainment. So get in on the goods while he hasn't gotten into Hollywood yet. Check him out and get in on good, high quality entertainment before he blows up and everything he makes is $20 a minute to listen to. So I'm excited. I'm excited about this. I didn't think I'd be able to sell very many paintings when I first started taking it seriously. And here I am with much better averages than I've seen. So let's see if I can do the same with writing. Now, so many people say that getting married gets in the way of creativity. I'm going to play devil's advocate and say that it actually pushes you to make whatever bank you can with what you got. When I was single, I did some writing, I did some painting, but there was no reason to really push myself to make it work. So now that I'm married, I've got mouths to feed, I've got rent to pay. Now my brain is being forced, like, okay, how can I make money with this? How much of this do I have to make before it starts to sell? And, same thing with writing. It's like, okay, 2,000 words a day, however many words that spells out to in a month. Let's see where I can send this and how much I can make with it. So before I start rambling, everybody, I hope your post-holiday events transition smoothly. And let's do this. Stay creative, everyone.